Greetings. Survival Doc here to talk to you today about silver. If you've read my website, thenewsurvivalist.com, you know that I recommend silver as an investment to protect yourself against a collapsing dollar. One thing that I recommend on my website is that you visit estate sales where you can often buy silver at below the spot price of silver. Now, most people know what this is. This is an American silver dollar. It contains 90% pure silver. Few people are aware, however, that this spoon contains 92.5% pure silver. This spoon is actually more pure silver than this silver dollar. This is a sterling silver spoon. Sterling silver is, by definition, 0.925 fine. One thing I caution you, if you visit estate sales, is you must know the difference between this spoon and this spoon. This spoon and most of the silver that you run into at estate sales is silver plated. You can't tell just by a casual observation of the spoon, because silver plated means that the outside of this spoon is pure silver. The only way that you can tell is to read the back. If it is sterling, it says sterling on the back. If it is silver plated, it may say all kinds of things on the back, but one thing that it will not say is sterling. So when you are looking for silver, you always have to look for that word sterling on the back, no matter whether it's a spoon, fork, other flatware, or hollowware, such as this bowl, or this milk pitcher, or this candle holder, or this compote. Now, the other thing that you should be aware of is that some silver items are pure sterling and some are weighted. This item here is pure silver. It does not have a weighted bottom. It says sterling on the bottom, and this is pure silver. So when you weigh this item, you're weighing pure sterling silver. One thing I point out is my scale here is regular ounces. When you compute the value of an item, you must use troy ounces, so you need to either get a scale that measures troy ounces or convert regular ounces into troy ounces. But when you weigh an item like this, you're getting a very accurate reading of the amount of silver in there. You simply take the troy ounces and multiply it by 0.925, and that is how much pure silver it contains. Same with this item here, little dessert dish. As you can see, it does not have a weighted bottom. This is pure sterling. When you weigh it, this weighs about 2 ounces. This is about 2 ounces of pure silver. You must distinguish between weighted items. This candle holder and this candle holder, if you look closely at the bottom, you will see that it says sterling, but it also says sterling weighted. All right, which means that inside this item there is a weight. When you weigh this item weighs about 7.5 ounces, but it actually only contains about 1 ounce of pure silver. This compote, the top part of this compote is pure sterling, but the base says sterling, but it says sterling weighted. There's also a weight in this stem here. When you weigh this compote, it weighs about 7 ounces again. But this compote actually contains only about 2.5 ounces of pure silver. Now, the good thing about items like this is that often people don't know what they have, and you will find items like this at estate sales quite frequently for, say, about $15 is a good price on this compote. This compote actually will contain about at least 2 ounces, if not 2.5 ounces of pure silver. So $15 is a very good buy on an item like this. But one thing you can't do is you can't weigh it and say, oh, that's 7 ounces, so that's 7 ounces of silver. You must be aware that some items are weighted. Now, what I like to do is I like to take items like this, tear them apart, compress them, remove everything that is not sterling, compress them down like this, and this is actually a candle holder like this, but the difference is this is pure sterling because I've removed the weight. When you weigh this, again, you see this actually contains about a ½ ounce of sterling silver. So when you buy this item, you want to be sure that you are aware that you don't want to buy a weight. You want to buy the silver. Here's a compote similar to this compote. What I did was I tore into the bottom, removed the weight, removed the stem from the weight, put it all together, pressed it down. There's the base right there. It says on the base sterling. This is pure sterling though. All right, this compote here weighs 3 regular ounces. So this actually contains about 2½ ounces of pure silver. Not a bad deal when you pay about $15 or $20 for an item like this. If you remove the weight, it's a little bit of work, but if you remove the weight from your items like this, these items are much easier to sell to another silver investor or to a scrap dealer because they know exactly what they've got. It's marked sterling. They know that it is pure sterling. You can weigh it, multiply the weight by 0.925. You know exactly how much silver it is. Then you take that number and multiply it by today's spot price of silver, and that is the scrap value of an item like this. Here with my camera on macro, I hope you can see what I'm talking about. Every item that is made out of sterling will be clearly marked sterling. Some items, such as jewelry, is marked 925. This spoon is not sterling. It doesn't say silver plate on the back, but it also doesn't say sterling. If you don't see sterling, it is not sterling. Sterling is always marked. This spoon, I hope we can see, is marked right there, sterling. This item is an unweighted sterling item. Right there we see the word sterling. As you can see, there's no weight in it, so this is pure sterling. This is a weighted item. If you look on the bottom, it will say sterling right here. Sterling, but it says sterling weighted. For more information on this topic, I recommend you visit my Chapter 15 on my website. Chapter 15 deals with money, and on the topic of money, I talk about investing in silver and gold, and I talk about finding silver at estate sales because sometimes you can find a very good deal at estate sales. This item right here is a creamer. This item weighs over 8 ounces. This is about 8 ounces of pure silver at the spot price of $20. 8 ounces times 8 times 20, that's $160 of silver right there. Silver is money, guys. Just like this silver dollar. Silver is a good investment, and it's a way to protect yourself from a collapsing dollar. Visit my website, thenewsurvivalist.com/money. This is Survival Doc, reminding you, be prepared or be prepared to be fleeced.